What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay. This is the deck that I have tweaked up a little bit. I am on 3 decos now. I'm on the Book of Moon, and I'm not on 3 Jar of Greeds. I'm only on 2, and that's about the only difference, pretty much. I have my side deck here, 2 Berserker Gorillas for Warriors. I have 2 Spies for Warriors. Like to board these in, even if they have Mystic Swords in level 2. At least the Blade Knight can't get by it. I have a Kaiku for the Mirror Match, also for Warriors. I put it in. It crashes with Ninja. I have Mobius. This is for Burn. This is also for Warriors if I feel like putting it in. Have Mind Control for the Mirror Match. Have 2 Mystic Walks here for the Panda Burn. Triple Saku for Panda Burn in Warriors. Torrential Tribute when I know I'm going first, and Trap Dust Shoot when I know I'm going first, double Dust Shoot. And the Fusion deck is irrelevant. So, now I will check the rankings. I am in second. I am 10 points away from being in first. Ben by 10 is in first. He's been sitting at 1579 for like a week now. So just don't play and get to like almost 1600 rating and you'll be first. I'm at 1569, so doing pretty well. Now we will go to the replay. Let's see the recent match I just played. Went to a game 3, and he had some questionable shit game 3, not gonna lie. Pretty questionable cards that he tried on me. So, I have a bunch of wins here, been doing pretty well. Have a few losses. Lost to Soul Master Matt yesterday, and lost to Mr. Hoop. But this is mrzeromisplays, okay? So, mrzeromisplays versus Dueling High. Let's see what went down. I throw scissors and he throws paper, so that was clutch. I get to go first. Awesome. Gotta hit show both. Alright, I opened Jar of Greed, Thunder Dragon, Tribe, Mirror Force, BLS, and Breaker. Not very good of a hand. No Trinity pieces. And do have the Tribe, do have the Breaker, do have the Jar of Greed, but it's okay. He opens Jar of Greed, Night Assailant, Sangan, Kaiku, and Upstart. I decided to set Jar of Greed and pass. He draws into a deco. He plays Upstart, and he draws into the duo. So, okay, really nice duo. He runs out the Kaiku and hits me. I don't really like this play. I would rather just duo first so you can at least get some value with your Kaiku, but instead he main phase 2 uses duo, so really questionable there. mrzeromisplays is already misplaying in my eyes. I mean, I'm just saying, you always want to duo first there, because you would get, if he throws out a monster, you just get the banish too. So I change our Greed here, hoping to find a Sinister or something, but I find Upstart Goblin. He rolls a 5 and gets my Mirror Force, so now I'm a little upset that I didn't set Mirror Force, but it's fine. He gets my Mirror Force, and I throw out Thunder Dragon. He sets Jar of Greed and passes. I draw into Graceful Charity, so this is a pretty nice draw here. So let's see how I decide to play it. I fire the Upstart Goblin right away, and I draw into Night Assailant. And then I just shotgun this Graceful Charity here. I draw into Knock, Upstart, and Card Destruction, so I did not find another flip effect, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I decide to discard Night Assailant and discard Thunder Dragon. And I fire Upstart again, putting him at 10k, or 9k because he used duo. And I draw into a Dekochi, so there was the flip. I run out the Tribe right here. And I discard Card Destruction and pop his Kaiku. And I hit him for 1600. And I just pass. He draws into another Kaiku, so okay, must be nice. He fires Jar of Greed and draws into a Chaos Sword. He has no lights at the moment, which is pretty nice. He summons the Kaiku, runs over my Tribe, and banishes my Night Assailant and my Thunder Dragon, and he just passes. I draw into Night Assailant. So there's all the flip effects I needed. And now I'm kind of upset that I threw away the Card Destruction. That sucks, because could have definitely Card Destruction here. He draws into a Faith, but if I would have Card Destruction, he would have got value too of Night Assailant and shit, so that's okay. He decides to set Sengen and pass. I draw into Solemn Judgment, which is a really nice card. I fire the knock right away, getting rid of his Sinister. And I poke him for 1900. And I set Solemn and set Night Assailant and pass. He draws into a Tribe. He decides to run Tribe out. And instead of using the Tribe's effect first, he just goes to battle because he's thinking that it's Spy or something. But it was Night Assailant and I just destroy it. So now he's at 5400. And he just passes. I draw into Pot of Greed. I Pot of Greed for the memes. I draw Solemn and Book of Moon. And I summon Deco and special summon BLS, and I say GG. GG game 1. So we're going to game 2. Let's see what happens game 2. Game 2, he opens Heavy, MST, Thunder Dragon, Knock, Kaiku, and Tribe. I've got MST, Solemn, Wing Blast, Tribe, and Chaos Sword. He discards his Thunder Dragon and grabs 2 more. And he decides to set Tribe as a bluff and set MST and pass. I draw into Jar of Greed. I should have just read this and just summoned Tribe right here and swung over. Would have been a much better play than what I did. Instead, I decided to just set MST, set Wing Blast, set Jar, set Solemn, and pass. Set 4 and pass. He rolls a dice, so this tells me he had MST. And he fires the MST, hits my MST. He draws into a Night Assailant, and then I decide to Jar of Greed, and I draw into a Faith. Still, I was looking for a Sinister there, so I can get some value with this Wing Blast, but instead I decide just to Wing Blast, say screw it, because I don't know what it is. It could be a Faith, and I could get punished, but it is a Tribe, but I don't know that. So now he's got advantage like crazy. He fires the Heavy Storm, he runs Tribe out, Kaiku out. Hits me for 18, banishes my Faith, and passes. I draw Upstart. I Upstart into Thunder Dragon, so this is pretty nice. I discard the Thunder Dragon and grab 2 more. And I run Tribe out and kill his Kaiku, hit him for 1600, and I just pass. He draws into his Tribe. He sets Night Assailant and passes. I draw into Tsukiyomi. I decide to just go to battle and swing, and it is a Night Assailant. And I decide to just pass. He draws into a Jar of Greed. He runs out Tribe, hits me for the 1600, sets Jar of Greed and passes. I draw into Book of Moon that I just added to my deck. And I summon Tsukiyomi and put the Tribe down and swing over him, set Book of Moon. And I just pass. He draws into a Faith, which he has MST and Heavy to get something at least. He fires the Jar of Greed and draws into a Breaker. He summons Breaker. And he breaks my back row, but I chain Book of Moon. Because I figure if I don't, he could just have BLS and just win. I draw into another Upstart. I fire it again. I draw Card Destruction. I decide just to fire the Card Destruction and say screw it. Probably a misplay on my part, but it's all good. I draw Chaos Sword, Deco, and Faith. He draws Book of Moon, Solemn, Snatch, and Faith. So I think about it for a minute, and I decide just to drop the Chaos Sword. Probably shouldn't have did this. Should have just waited. And I swing over the Breaker, set Faith, and pass. He draws into Solemn Judgment. So he's got double Judgment, and he has Snatch Steal. So now he's going to Snatch Steal. And he's going to hit my Faith. I'm going to get the MST back. He sets Solemn, sets Book of Moon, and sets Fate and passes. And in draw phase, instead of waiting for me to MST, he fires this Book of Moon here. So this is definitely a misplay. You want to wait till I MST. Like, there is just no reason to do that. But you do have double Solemn Judgment. You just don't want me to gain 1,000, I guess. So that works. I set the MST, and I set the Deco and just pass. He draws into a Sinister. He flips Chaos Sword, and then flips the Faith. So I've already had Torrential. I would just punish him there, but I did not. And he had Solemn anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered. And he knocks, and gets my Decos, and all 3 of his are gone. He goes to battle, and I decide just to MST this in case it's ring. but it's not. He hits me for the 26, putting me down to 2K. Really bad here. I draw into a dead knock, which sucks. I have to just summon Kaiku here and swing. He does not solemn this, so I get to banish 2. Not that it's going to matter, because it's pretty much over, but I still kind of came back a little bit. I set knock and just pass. He draws into another judgment. So now he's at triple judgment he drew on me. I draw Sangan. I set the Sangan and just pass. He draws into Jar of Greed. He goes to battle and hits. I have to search Night Assailant. He sets Jar of Greed and just passes. I draw into Pot of Greed. I attempt to fire Pot of Greed, and he Solemn Judgments it, which sucks. I set Night Assailant and pass. He draws into a Kaiku. He runs the Kaiku out and hits my Night Assailant. I have to pop the Kaiku. I draw Graceful Charity. I fire Graceful. And the man's got the 3rd Solemn Judgment. So that is the game 2. Not much you can do against 3 Solemn Judgments. Like, it's fucking over. You just negate everything. There was no shot in hell I was winning that game. But maybe if you wouldn't have drew the other judgment, I could have maybe drew something to come back. But now I get to go first. So let's see what I got here. I open Solemn, Jar, Knock, Chaos Sork, Tribe, and Breaker. He's got Stealth Bird, Night Assailant, Faith, Nightmare Wheel, Solemn Judgment, and Night Assailant. So the man bordered into burn against me. So let's see how well this works out. I discard Thunder Dragon. I'm just laughing because it's pretty funny. And I decide to just run Breaker out on him. And he decides to Solemn Judgment the Breaker, so putting him down to 4K. I could have Solemn Judgmented this, but I decided to not. And I Jar of Greed and draw into another knock. So now I decide to just banish a dark, banish a light. And I drop the Chaos Sork on him. And I fire the knock, and he says, okay, it's a Night Assailant. So both of my Night Assailants will get removed here. And I try to go to battle, and he shows me Nightmare Wheel. So I'm just like, I actually say, LOL. Okay. I just can't believe I seen that card, because there was no burn cards or anything. He draws into a Deco. I take the 500. Okay. Putting me down to 7,500. He sets Deco and another Nightmare Wheel and passes. I draw into card destruction. So I just decide to knock. It's the Deco, getting rid of all of the Decos. And I decide just to tribute the Chaos Sork for a Thunder Dragon. And he decides to Nightmare Wheel again, and I just pass. He draws into Book of Moon. He sets the Stealth Bird and sets the Book of Moon and passes. I draw into a Dust Shoot, which is pretty dead. So I sack the Thunder Dragon for Thunder Dragon, pop in his Nightmare Wheel. And I go for the card destruction here. I discard Trap, Dust Shoot, and Tribe, and I draw BLS and Jar of Greed. He draws into Wave Motion Cannon. He's a little late on the cannon. I banish a dark, banish a light, drop BLS. He says okay. I go to battle and swing. He tries the Book of Moon, and I Solemn Judgment. And that is the game because he has a Stealth Bird face down. So that's how you do it. He tried me game 3 to board and burn. Not really the best strategy, but people do it, I guess. But that was just crazy to me. Was not expecting the Nightmare Wheel at all. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So, that's the video, everybody. Hit the like, hit the sub. Have a good day or night. Peace out. Bye.